Hey, welcome to Inspire at Random. And you must be noticing my hair, right? I told you I was going to get it perm this week. So if you were always wondering, like, why is my hair, like, getting long and out of shape, I've been waiting to do this. So anyway, let's come to this topic, all right? What is manifesting really about? Um, I'm going to be talking about this topic because I've been getting these comments recently and various times, not only from this comment I received on the recent video, but also from friends that I know who know that I'm doing manifestation. And as a matter of fact, I have manifested several things into my life right now, such as like time freedom from work, job promotion. I went from intern to like a key member of the company. I also like manifested the return of debts that were owed to me, project payments from before that were owed for a long period of time, and I thought they were not going to pay me at all, but they actually came back. And I've manifested very interesting things as well, such as like car repair bill to be a lot less than expected. I've also manifested things such as like multiple times when money was required and I was short. It was like I don't know how I've actually achieved it, which I'm going to be describing in today's video today. But I got to this point that I did not have to worry about money, because as and when I need it, it would always be there, right? It would always be there. And it's come to a point that I've begun to feel. Of course, I forgot to mention, like, also manifested like a very amicable divorce, got very good terms. Yeah. So uh, I've come to a point that I feel that I'm like becoming good at manifestation. So what is manifesting really about? In this video, I want to talk about how you can do this and manifest stuff, right? So in this video, I'm going to guide you about the things that I did to manifest, and so that you can do that too, right? In the previous video, in the first episode of this Be Inspiration, I talked about the 6 W's. And I talked about in the what you want to manifest, how much it cost. And the reason for that is it creates a very solid image in your mind. And the more solid the image you've created, it's kind of like something that goes to work with your subconscious. And once it works with your subconscious, there are mental things taking place, metaphysical things taking place, that even Einstein and Nikola Tesla have spoken about. And I'm going to be getting to that in a while. But now I want you to take out your hand for me, right? Look at your hand, right? And move your fingers. Have you ever wondered how this is possible? What is behind the process of us moving our fingers? Electrical pulses within our body. But what's controlling that? Our brain. Piezoelectrical currents. Our brain controls that. But how does our brain control this to happen? How is it possible that we can visualize our fists doing various things, and you could even give someone the finger? And how is it that we are so quickly able to do all this stuff if we are not visualizing what we want to do and then doing it? When you learn a new sport, you look at your favorite player, or maybe you don't even know who's the favorite player, but you just watch random videos of table tennis, of golf, baseball. You get a hang of what a swing looks like. And the more you watch it, let's say if you watch, okay, just try this experiment. Try this experiment. Let's say pick a new sport to start with. Anything. Today, tomorrow, this week, pick a new sport. And I recommend a racket sport. try it, and then come back, watch some matches, try to find a favorite player. And once you found a favorite player in that sport, watch this favorite, go out, do some practice, watch the player, go out, do some practice, watch the player, repeat this process. So in table tennis, I've been studying this guy called Ma Long. Ma Long is one of the best Chinese table tennis players of all time, and the current champ. Only that he didn't play in the main team for Olympics because China was planning for new blood to go up on the head to represent instead. But this guy, I mean, he has one of the best technique. He has one of the best tenacity, one of the most adaptiveness and skill. And it's kind of like when you watch a movie multiple times. When you watch a movie, your favorite movie multiple times. For me, my favorite movie is The Hackers. So comment your favorite movie down below, and also like on the sport that you want to pick up, that you commit to starting out the racket sport. Comment down beneath this video. I want to see those comments and interactions from you. So when I watched my favorite movie multiple times, I noticed different things, from the product placements, from the locations, to certain things that were being said, some hints and Easter eggs, they call it, in those productions. I noticed these things. And when I did, like every time I noticed something different. And just like when I said, when you want to pick up a new skill, you watch the favorite sports player. After you do some practice, you come and watch again. Then you, because you are not getting the same result, then you watch the player again, and then you see him doing, oh, I wasn't rotating my hips in this way. So the next time you try rotating your hips and doing a certain action, I'm talking about ping pong as an example, and then you still didn't get a result. Again, you watch the player, oh, I'm supposed to bend down to one side before I come up. So all these things add up. And before you know it, in your mind, because I said all our actions are controlled in the mind. We can see it in our mind before we can do it. And in the process, like now, if I were to do that ping pong stroke, suddenly it becomes like so. I mean, I used to be a tennis player, and the stroke in tennis and ping pong is not the same. So I had to learn how it was different. But anyway, coming back to this, like I said, if our mind can visualize and realize in reality, because what would happen? The thoughts go into our subconscious mind and manifested in our physical body, transited into an outside action. That in itself, movement is our easiest manifestation. The mastery of a new skill is the easiest manifestation. And all that, nowadays we can even interact with the YouTube algorithm, because it can sense what we're going towards, and it shows us what we need to see. If we're learning, it shows us more of what we can learn, or we should learn. So coming back to what I said, currents. All these movements are controlled by currents in our mind. There is a study from the National Institute of Mental Health in the United States, NIMH. You can type in NIMH pineal gland, all right, in Google. And what it's going to show you is that, maybe I should do it. I should do it right here. NIMH pineal gland activation. All right. So look at this. Can I zoom? Not really. Neuromodulation of the pineal gland via electrical pulses or whatever, sympathetic. There's a lot of stuff that you can read about the pineal gland that has been actually well documented by the National Institute of Mental Health in the United States. And that basically proves that all this is true. All right. And inside of the pineal gland in our brain, it looks kind of like a pine. right? I showed this in a previous video. And it's been proven that there are these crystals, in fact, liquid crystals in our brain, that they have a piezoelectric, property, and they have electromagnetic They are capable of EMF transmission as well. So this is how, through our activation of the pineal gland, we're actually able to send signals out into the universe, as bizarre as it sounds, but not that bizarre. Not that bizarre. And we can attract people, things, opportunities, coincidences, or otherwise known as synchronicities, into our life. And this is why it is so important to take the effort. In the previous video that I went at great length in my previous video to talk about why we should take the time to research for all the things that we want to manifest. How much is it going to cost? And to research into every detail. Look at the prospectus, or like travel catalog, or home catalog, car catalog, price list, used car website, go to a school and inquire about the summer camps, the school fees, the admission fees, all right? Because all these things, once all this is imprinting the mind, just like when we think of CAT is spelling for cat, and we have the picture of a cat in our mind. And when I have the mental picture of a cat, I am so triggered to look out for my cat, which is, if I pull this out, it's going to disconnect. No. It's like right there, but I'm not going to pull this out. So, yeah, because like I suddenly have a intuition that my cat might be over there, and he actually is, but I'm just not going to pull this out right now. So this is the resourceful state, and also some people know as the creator state of mind. And it is not so important to know how to get to there, but we need to know what there is. Just like I talked about this example of picking up a new sport, and I used the example of table tennis and trying to figure out how to play the game, comparing ourselves with an expert player whose footage that we watch on, let's say, a daily basis in this progress and assignment of trying to get good at a sport. Our goal could be, all right, let's say if this was a ping pong table, to hit to that right corner, right there, right? So how do I hit to that? Like if I want to hit the ball, first I must know where I'm hitting it to, and then I will try to adapt my body movements so that I can hit a shot that allows me to get it right to that corner. And the same goes with manifestation. When we move our body to do something, this is a physical manifestation of thought. What we're doing there in a sport is an external manifestation. The reason why I said pick up a sport today, tomorrow, this week, commit to that, is because this process, it causes you to build new habits. What we all stop doing once we graduated from school is to build new habits for our life, or to be able to undo and modify habits. But more importantly, I want to show you and remind you, all right, it was very important. And I mean, I've actually been playing table tennis for as long as I started manifestation, maybe a little bit longer. But I drastically improved in the sport after I knew the principles of manifestation, which I applied in the process as well. And the result was the manifestation of applying certain manifestation concepts into the sport. And it was in turn very symbiotic. Right? Symbiotic means somewhat linked, because when it like when you what you're gonna see for yourself is that if I can do this, which I thought was impossible, can I not also transform my financial outcome? Can I also not transform my health? Can I also not transform my position at the company? Can I also not transform how other people perceive me? And the answer is you can. You can. That's exactly it. There's no deep science or whatever. And the next point I want to get into is to manifest something small. In the beginning of this video, I rattled off with a list of things that I manifested. Honestly, there's too many things to count. And I like to give gratitude for these things on a daily basis, just to remind myself of how well I'm doing in manifestation. I'm a baptized Catholic, although I do not attend church for the reasons because I just feel that, it's a lot of very negative, small-minded thinking that goes on at the church and many of the churches. So I really have to look at who's speaking today before I decide to go or not. But most of the time, that's why I haven't been going. But anyway, I was saying I still pray, and every night I still lead my kids, and right now it's my daughter because my son's living with my parents. Um, so I lead my daughter in prayer, and when my son comes over, I lead him in prayer as well. I lead my kids in prayer. We do the Lord's Prayer, the Hail Mary, the Glory Be, and after that, what we do is we give thanks. We give thanks for at least 3 good things that happened today. There is a saying, to he who gives thanks, more is given. But this is really a universal principle, because um, if anyone like has received your help and they thank you, how do you feel about that? You feel, oh, of course, wow, this person is so grateful. This person is so respectful. In this day and age, people have no manners. They just take things for granted. But this person bothered to say thanks. So I would like to, if this person asks me for help in the future, I would like to give my help to this person, as opposed to someone who never gives thanks, never reciprocates for anything. To he who thanks, more is given. And when you are conscious of the good things that happen in your life and give thanks for it, more good things will happen. Why? Because our mind has been tuned for the good things as opposed to the bad. And this is the way one should pray. Many people get prayer wrong. Many people go to God like, oh, you got to help me with this. My life is fucked. People hate me. I'm broke. I need more money. I need a raise. I'm dying. I'm suffering. Please help me find a solution out of this. And the interesting thing is, if this has been the way that you pray, you find that you'll be praying the same fucking thing every day, because you're going to be attracting more of the same. Because being a loser, a victim, a failure has become a habit. Every time you pray, Lord, please help me, my life is fucked. People hate me, I'm suffering, I hate my job, I need a raise, I need more opportunity, but everyone's always hating on me and bullying me. What are you doing when you're saying that? You're affirming that your life sucks. You're affirming the shit into your life. And to he who gives thanks, more is given. And on the reverse side, if all you're conscious about is all this crap, more is given. Drop a note in the comments if you believe that is true. Um, I see that some people are watching this live. Let me know where you're watching this from. And I obviously thank you for tuning in. This is my second episode of Be Inspiration Livestream. I'm just trying out a new format because I've been making like, medium length videos all this time. But I was just trying to see if you guys actually like this. So if you're watching my channel for the first time, I teach people how to manifest based on my personal experiences. And I want to help you to be able to manifest stuff into your life. Thank you. I see this. To pray is to find a way to be able to grow as a person. You're right about this point. Many people miss that. Oh, great. I love Thailand. I live in Thailand. I've been here for 8 years. I think moving here has been one of the best things for me because people, I find that here in Thailand, you get many groups of different kinds of people, um, and there's an opportunity to self-express, and there is to each his own. I used to come from Singapore. I moved here from Singapore, and um, back then most people either think this way or the other way, and there's just no in between. I just find that like there's a lot more diversity in Thailand, and I really appreciate that about this place. So coming back about like affirming in prayer. Okay, this is what I do, and once my kids got into the habit of giving thanks for three things at least, right? I said at least three things. I tell them this at least three things. Then before I knew it, my son, my daughter, they would go on with a list of 8 things, 10 things, 15 things, or something like that. And then, they would be saying, oh, and there's this thing, oh, and there's that thing, oh, and there's this thing that happened. To those who thank, more is given. And you will greatly enrich your life. If you would only tune in to the good that is happening. When you tune into the good, you're tuning into the solutions that life has to offer, the blessings that life has to offer. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that in prayer, after we give thanks, how I have taught my kids to pray is that we would thank God for a vision of the future. And I want to share an example of this, which I have recently, that was just 2 nights ago. I said I'm so thankful and grateful that I have that it is now December. I've attended the adult gymnastics class for a few months now, and I'm able to do nice acrobatic tricks like the front flip, the aerial side flip, and today when we went to the House of Illumination, where they had a new exhibition with a lot of fancy lights that the kids and I all had fun. I was able to take some opportunity to show some of these aerial moves that I learned in a short video clip that looks super awesome. And my daughter, she stopped me right after that because she said, you said what I was just going to say. Again, my daughter said, you said what I was just about to say, I was going to say. So I said, wait a second, what do you mean? She said, I was also going to thank God for a vision that you had attended adult gymnastics class for a few months, and we were also going to this place. So I said, wait a second. Okay, gymnastics class, yes. I know you've been wanting me to go for gymnastics class for quite some time, but you're saying that we also went to this House of Illumination. Is that correct? My daughter said, yes. So I was, this is like a synchronicity. It's a synchronicity, in my opinion, or in anyone who manifests, is not just a coincidence, but it is something that we have attracted as a result of the signals that we have sent out into the universe from our mind, from our pineal gland that transmits an electromagnetic frequency. So you can read about all this, in the works of Einstein, Nikola Tesla, and if you are in the more scientific approach, they have proven that it is true. Even the United States, if you go to NASA, there is a paper on this. Red Hot Chili Peppers, the band Red Hot Chili Peppers, there is a song, Californication, right? Californication. Do you know this song? If you heard of this song before, Dream of Californication. I mean, drop a comment in this in the live chat below, if you heard the song before. And in this song, yes, the best song ever. And in that song, it says, psychic spice from where um, there was a line in the song about psychic spice. I forgot the rest of the line. Let me look it up. Okay. Psychic spies from China try to steal your imagination. So this was like, okay, the psychic spies in the future, people actually, they compare this to Huawei in the intelligence dripping system in the Huawei devices that they took out from the phones, and that's why Huawei is banned in the United States. But apart from that, United States actually deployed psychic spies, and these psychic spies, they were able to use clairvoyance, clairsentience, to be able to rescue people before the GPS was available. So there were these psychics that were able to pinpoint the exact latitude and longitude on a map for people to go to rescue military personnel with accuracy as well. So this was actually documented. We do have these abilities, all right? The purpose of me telling this to you is to make you open to recognize that all this manifestation stuff is not just spiritual woo-woo. It's stuff that can actually happen. It's stuff that works. It's stuff that has been studied. Even NASA recognizes the efficacy of this. So if that is the case, why not we use manifestation to change our life? And coming back to this, I said, let's manifest something small. One of the things that I've been able to manifest with almost, without effort, is to find a parking lot. I can find a parking lot anywhere I go. And maybe it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but prophecies are meant to be self-fulfilled. So I prophesy that I will receive this goal. This is what I have strived to do. I prophesy that I will have it. And our mind, like I said, once it's impressed upon, is the same as when, like I said, we're trying to pick up a sport. Like it's just like when we see in our mind that we do that, and then we actually do that action. But we cannot do an action if we cannot see ourselves doing it first. We cannot manifest an outcome outside of our body without actually doing it first. We cannot manifest an outcome in the future without seeing in our mind first, because our mind will then assemble all the things that is required to make that outcome possible, and signaling outside resources as you will. And the fact that I just shared with you, my daughter and I had the exact same prayer to make. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, how does that come about? Maybe it's because we are a family and we are tapping on each other's mental signals. Isn't that interesting? I think you should take a deeper look into that. Maybe not maybe. Everyone watching this video has already manifested. something. And you're manifesting your movements every day. But we're just going to make manifestation more of the outside. And that's the biggest challenge. We're going to manifest the dream job, the dream house, the dream car. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Yes, exactly. Soul of Nature says, I have the same thing about the parking lots. Never worry. And even when I go to pick up my daughter from school, I leave the house late. I've been actually testing this by leaving later and later and seeing if I can find a parking lot. A few days ago, I went out and I was like, no parking lot? That's really strange. But just a moment later, not one, but 4 cars ahead of me left. And I was like, this should be the time that people are coming in and struggling to get a parking lot. Why are a few people leaving? No one knows why, but just accept it. No one knows why, just accept it. The universe or God has ways and ideas far better than your own. The next lesson that I want to share with you is abandonment, detachment. Detachment from the outcome. A lot of people are so obsessed that something can and must only happen in a certain way. But if it doesn't mean that it's not working. In the end of the day, results matter. The process can be different. Like if you are driving and you use Google Maps, if you took a wrong turn, what does it do? It reroutes you a different way. And that basically, that's how it is. It's not just one way. There are many ways. You can keep making wrong turns in when you're driving. Sometimes you may even accidentally find a shortcut. Maybe you cut through a private road and then Google knows that, oh, I didn't know you could go there, but there's an exit on the other side. So there are many ways. How could I possibly forget? All right. I should be introducing all of you on this platform that I built. Is on school.com. All right. I know many videos ago, some of you have also asked me. There's one of you, the procurement guy, who has been supporting all my videos, most of my videos, and I want to give a shout out to you. Thank you for your support. And you asked me if I'm going to create a course or community. I've actually done it. So for a limited time, this is free to join. I might put a price on it in the future. But yeah, let me just move the camera and show it to you. All right. Let's see. Okay. I hope you can see it. Let me detach this maybe. Okay, like so. All right. So this is school.com. And I'll put this link in the video description afterward, maybe in the pin post, a pin comment. I think I can also change this. Good. I can change this into a different. Yeah. Okay. Now you can see it a bit better. Now, so this one over here, like this is the about page. These are things that identify my group, and on the inside, now we have 5 members, and who knows? One of you watching this video might be the 6th. And maybe within a few days, we're going to get into the double digits. I have actually built up a classroom as well. And in Be Inspiration, this is lesson 1. Lesson 1 is yesterday's live stream. And I will go back to classroom. Affirm your reality. I have Louise Hay affirmations. This is the favorite video. Basically, I've compiled everything in a way that you can browse effectively, so you don't have to look at stuff that's not so useful. I just put all my favorites out here. I even have my ping pong affirmations, which you can check out as a guideline for you to affirm other things into your life. Go into Bob Proctor. I have the whole You Were Born Rich from part 1 to 6. You can see that over here. You can learn from this. It's a really, really good program. After he passed away, Proctor Gallagher Foundation decided to make this live so that more people can benefit from it. So I put all the links here, and you can easily access them, and you can watch them inside of this school app. And in this section here, oldies but goldies. This there is this book here, Game of Life and How to Play It. Actually, the backstory of this book is like I said here. As a baptized Catholic, I initially had reservations on going public on my story manifestation because I used to have ideas that it was more toward other medieval religions like shamanism, etc. And later on, I read this book before Neville Goddard, and I found an author based many teachings on Bible citations, and that helped me overcome the initial belief conflict. Now, like this one here, Master Key System. This is also a really solid book. This is an audio book, so you can just play it. For those of you who have YouTube Premium, you can just play it and listen to it without the screen on. And it's interesting because when I went to browse like a house project, I actually came across this prop, the actual book. That's my hand right there. And you can see that's my hand right there. And that is my phone reflection right there. That's my phone right there. So it's not a picture I found anywhere. It's a picture that I actually took. So that's a synchronicity once again. All right. So let me put this back here. All right. So once again, I'll put the link to this group that you can join, and you can be part of the community. You can contribute to it. As you can see, like I have the ability to pin certain community posts to each of the sections that I have to make it more enriching. And I'm looking forward to seeing your participation in my school group. And let's get back into the remainder of this outline that I have. So again, why is that an outline? Why is that a plan? If we don't plan, we can't do anything. If we don't plan, we can't do shit. If you want to build a house, you got to make a plan. If you want to, have a fun travel trip, you have to make a plan of all the things that you want to do. What's making a plan? Maybe you look at reviews, you look at travel guides, and you craft, okay, Monday morning I'm going this place, afternoon I'm going this place, etc., etc., etc. And then at the end of the day, if you do not plan, you'll definitely not be able to see all the things that you see on the trip as the way you want. Maybe I was like, I'll go along with the feel. But of course, if your vision was to go along with the feel, then you will go along the feel and have a good time. But if you wanted to see all the stuff, and you find yourself seeing all the stuff that you wanted to see, it's because you have made a plan. Oh yes, I'm looking at the comments again. The only thing that needs to be clear is a goal. The way can differ. It's a universal truth. Most people give up, unfortunately. And I want to give an insight that, like I mentioned, I work in a startup company, and I used to be an intern for this company. I was overworked and underpaid, and then I actually jumped up to being one of the management team. And it's funny because I even get to order some of my previous superiors around because of the advancements that I made. And I mean, that's because I saw myself. I wrote down before in this book, right, that I would become the most important key player in the company other than the boss. It works. If you cannot see it, you will not achieve it. But it's like I didn't have an actual plan, but I committed to this outcome, and my mind keeping to this outcome. As I do my affirmations, I write stuff down, I affirm them, I look in the mirror, I affirm them, and I found a way to make it happen. Just like I talked about writing the things you want on the back of your phone on a card so that you can see it as it's placed on the table. All this stuff, it programs you and it gets you very comfortable to comfortable with your goals, comfortable talking about your goals, comfortable seeing your goals. And before long, you know that you're just going to achieve it. Like you can say as a matter of fact. Yes. Comment from Soul of Nature. Too many things. I want a Lambo and sit on the sofa looking at Netflix. That's really funny because I don't even watch Netflix these days. Like my family, they watch, but for me, I'm all my time is on either self improvement or learning about self improvement or reflection or designing, planning and execution. So there's no time for that. Why? Because the time that I'll put in, I know very well that if I'm not moving ahead, I am declining. If we're not moving ahead, we are declining. And in my previous picture, in my previous video, I'm not sure if you saw uh, like what I used to look like. I will show you myself in a state of decline. This is me in a state of decline, right? Hard to believe, but it's true. I was not always fit, but when I became fit, I almost forgot that I was once fat because I made a habit of being fit. And likewise, you can make a habit of being successful. And even getting this perm was part of what I wrote down before. You can watch my video about success shopping list. So I have actually in this book a success shopping list, which I do check off. So I write things like, okay, new cat named James, new cat named Faceless, coffee machine from XYZ brand, body kit for the car, eating tomahawk steak on the rooftop, getting a hair perm buffet in a 5-6 star hotel, flying business class. So as I go along, I strike things out. I strike things out from my success shopping list, and it's great for you to have one because it it these are the things that indicate to you that you're on your way because you're getting stuff on the list, which at once upon a time maybe you thought that these were too good for you. You weren't worth it. You didn't make enough money. But watch the video. I'm not gonna steal the thunder of that video. Go watch it. Success shopping list. Go watch it. All right. All right. So actually, let me see if anything else to cover for today. Final point: being. Being is the final point. Actually, just building up from what I said yesterday. Yesterday, like I talked about the 6 W's. Let's recap that again. Why? Why I want to manifest. What? What do you want to manifest? What does that look like for you? 3, how? How much is that worth? Make it very vivid. 4, where are you now? Not knowing where you're at, how are you going to go there? How your mind going to find a route to where you want to go to? Number 5, who? Who must you become? 6, when do you plan to get all this done by? So, number 5, who? Who must you become? This is what I mean by being. In the position that we are already in possession of all the things that we want, and we're at the place we want to be, and are the person that we are, who is that person in the mirror? In yesterday's video, I had a short little visualization exercise on this. Maybe you can refer back to that because this video is getting quite long already. But have a vision of yourself. Once again, I'm gonna maybe increase the volume of this music, subliminal music. It's a short one. Short one. So close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, hold the breath, and we breathe out. We're activating our pineal gland and sending signals out to the universe. Think of all the things that we wish to have. Think of all the things that we wish to have, where we are, where we are. What does that look like? In that position, that we have all the things that we want, we've achieved all the things that we wanted, as we had set a goal for. See all of these things come up in a mental canvas that is slightly above your line of sight, 15 degrees above. You can look around. If you see images coming to you about what you visualize, feel free to look left or right to explore this scenery that is your success. Take some time to explore. Maybe it is the new car that you have. How does this car look? Take your time to explore the curves of this car, the door handles. How do the door handles open? How does that fresh leather smell? Now you're in your dream house. What are the colors that you see? What kind of windows do you have? Bay windows, classic type windows? Are they sliding? What color is it? Look at the basin in the toilet. What brand is it? What about the tap? How is the flow of the water? Is it gushing? Has it got a water saver attached to it? What does your garden look like? As you sit by the edge of your garden and you hear the birds that go past, you start seeing a bird landing on your lawn. What did he bring with it? Did he bring a twig? If the bird is moving his bowels, dropping some poop, what kind of seeds do you think this bird is bringing to your garden? Keeping in mind that birds are capable of bringing all kinds of interesting vegetables, plants, flowers, trees to different places. And that's how diversity is created. You just take this moment to appreciate nature for its diversity. And let's skip to our workplace. What does your office look like right now? Maybe you got moved to the desk that you desire. You've got your own room right now, your own cubicle perhaps. How wide is it? What is the brand of the monitor that you have on your desk? Maybe you're hearing the coffee machine sounds, and maybe the office boy or the intern comes by and asks, "Hey, how are you doing today? Could I get you something? Congratulations on your successful project yesterday, and I would just like to do you this favor of getting you a cup of coffee, because that's the least I could do." And you make your order of a drink with the office boy or the intern, and they go ahead and get it for you. And you finally go over to the full-length mirror beside the conference room. Or if you do not work in an office, you're self-employed or anything, just think of any mirror. Now you're walking towards a mirror and you're seeing yourself. Wow. So this is what the successful me looks like. This is what the version of me that's accomplished all of this that I want to accomplish looks like. I look fantastic. In what ways do you look fantastic? In what ways do you look different from the version of you when you were just beginning to have these dreams of getting to these goals? Just take note. Maybe you were never before a suits person, but this suit that you're wearing looks really good. Maybe you used to be teased for being fat and pudgy and out of shape before, but you happen to be looking really young and fit. How does that happen? Well, maybe we manifested it like anything else in our life. And as we leave our workplace, now we're interacting with our friends and family. How does this version of us get welcomed to these social settings? And what kind of responses do we reply when our friends ask us for help or opinions? And what kind of energy do we transmit to our friends as we interact with them? Take note how different this is now than it was before. What a blessing it is to be able to get in touch with a higher self and to bring all these things into manifestation, into in a perceivable life, a perceivable reality that other people around us can experience as well. How was that, my friends? What did you see? Did you notice anything unique about this accomplished self of yours? The version of you that had achieved all these things? Share beneath in the comments section. I would love to hear. What did you see? Is there anything in particular that kind of caught your focus about yourself? I would encourage you to take some time to journal about some of the things that you gained from that short experience. And the reason why I ask you to journal about this is because when we focus on this, hello Arzu, sorry I didn't see your comment earlier. Um, so see, like whatever you saw, just take note of it and remember one thing. Steve Harvey said this. Steve Harvey, the famous comedian, he said, visions are, damn it, what's wrong with me? Okay, let me look it up. Let me look it up. Vision is a picture of the future. No, whatever. I cannot think of it right now, but there was this Steve Harvey quote, right? It's about vision and how like dreams are actually visions of the future that God wanted to share with us. I think that's it. I think that's it. So dreams are visions of the future that God put in our head. And I want you to take note and pay attention to the images that you saw as you did this short little visualization exercise with me just now. I'll be happy if you commented, but if it's a little bit private, that's fine too. As we affirm these things, I mean, we saw it, and we affirm it again, right? As we affirm it, and as you write your goals, I want to give you one leaving point, and this is a very important point. I say this because I ever manifested someone that I really wanted to meet again into my life. It was like a childhood sweetheart, right? So I manifested, like, okay, 10 years ago, I was guided into a manifestation exercise. That's my first touch with manifestation. It's a guided meditation as well. Uh, and I wrote some stuff, and then we did a guided meditation. And within 3 months, I really had the opportunity to meet this person again. The only thing was that she was engaged. Um, she was engaged, but that's besides the point. She was also emotionally unavailable. So, because I didn't write down, I want to see this person again, and she should be available, right? It's funny. Um, and when you write these goals down, let's say, it's like, I want this job or better, this house or better, this car or better. It's a keyword, or better. Remember that, or better. And as long as you remember this, you are leaving it up to God or higher intelligence or whatever that you believe in, that you wish to call it, Allah, whatever, um, to give you something that is most suitable to you. And that way, your manifestation can never be wrong, can never be something bad for you. All right. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. And this is back to the topic, what manifesting really is about. I hope I've been able to benefit you. I hope you've learned more than a thing or two. And above all, this is not just sharing of information. Sharing of information is not important. The real reason I want to take this time, to talk about this is because I want you to know through various examples that you can relate with that this is something that you can do. So go out and do it. I already forced you into it. If you join me on that, if you join me on the guided meditation just now, um, if you follow me on that, you saw some visions. My job is done for today. My job is done if I've done that. So my job for today is done. If you saw some visions, take note of those visions. Make sure as you journal it down, or better, or better, or better. All right. And feel free to reach out to me on Instagram as well, um, so that I know who you are. Like, I'd love to hear from your insights, and if there's anything that you like to share privately or ask privately, this is me on Instagram. So you're most welcome to say hi. I know I post very random stuff sometimes, um, but I mean, we all have different interests. So yeah, just feel free to say hi to me on Instagram. I would love to hear from you. All right. So that's all for today, and thank you for your great support. Once again, I wish to say that for a limited time, I have, free access to my school group. It's a community that I built up, and I'm looking forward to seeing your joining requests and approving them today, right? So I will put this into I'll put this link here into the video, so that you, after this is done, you come back to the video and then you can join it, and I'll approve you into this group. I look forward to you introducing yourself. I look forward to hearing your sharings and what you hope to receive out of this group, or what you've done in manifestation. So yeah, bye for now. I really appreciate this time, and if you like me making videos like this, I will do lives like this more often. Thank you very much. Have a great day. God bless.